Hello, Mr. P here with another edition of Tone Matching. For today's episode, we'll be celebrating the 20th anniversary of Linkin Park's massive sophomore album, Meteora. Hey there, if this is your first time joining me, I'm Mr. P, and welcome to my Tone Matching series, where I look at an artist's album, examine the gear used via interviews, pick a handful of tracks, and show you how to match the guitar tones on the recording. Before we delve into things, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so that you can get updates on when my next tone matching video goes up, gear review, or my absolutely ridiculous rant series, Cup of Tea with Mr. P. Now, if you're watching this in July of 2023, you're probably saying, hey, if this is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the album, aren't you like 4 months late? Why, yes I am. But I've actually had this scripted since March. But due to some amplifier issues and, well, having a life, career, and a band of my own, this sort of took a bit of a back seat. But hey, better late than never, right? On the strength of such singles as Somewhere I Belong, Faint, Numb, From the Inside, and Breaking the Habit, the band showed that their success was no fluke. The hype was real. Meteora was originally released on March 25th in 2003 and got a super deluxe re-release on April 7th, 2023, along with demos and never-before-heard tracks from the album sessions. This was such a huge deal, in fact, that the album globally re-entered the charts at #1 in 5 different countries, as well as appearing in the top 10 of other countries, demonstrating just how special and huge this band really was. With just 2 albums, the band was able to eschew a signature sound to call all their own, and a big part of the sound came from the thick wall of rock provided by guitarist Brad Delson. Though there are images of Brad's live rig and even a Guitar Geek blueprint, Brad sort of keeps close to the chest exactly what it is that he uses to get that signature sound in the studio. Within all the research I did in my own archives, as well as some online digging, I found it to be pretty tough to kind of nail things down, but the info I did find was definitely well worth the hunt. Now, any observant Linkin Park fan will tell you the sound of those first 2 Linkin Park albums definitely comes from a Paul Reed Smith through a Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier, and you'd be about half right on that one. So let's go ahead and take a look at Brad's gear with massive help from the cover story that Brad and Mike did in their feature in the May 2003 issue of Guitar World. On Meteora, for songs that would generally employ a 7-string, Brad does a little something different, stating, instead of playing a 7-string, I'm using an Ibanez Prestige that's in standard 440, but I'm leaving the high E string off and starting with a low B instead. So it's B, E, A, D, G, B. And the first single, Somewhere I Belong, uses that tuning down a half step. Now, as far as regular guitars, Brad says that he did a lot with a PRS custom that Mike helped him design. It's a set neck, 24-fret guitar, generally tuned to C sharp. I like that because I can bar all the strings and add ninths and other colors with my pinky. When asked how Brad gets his big guitar sound, we get a big elaboration straight from the man himself, as he explains that he pretty much re-recorded all the guitar parts from the Pro Tools HD song demos using a lot of layering of different amps. Don and I worked together on that, basically using different combinations of Mesa and Marshall amps with different speaker cabinet placements. Some songs will have as many as 6 tracks of guitar. I'll create a basic sound using various amps in my PRS guitar. I'll do 2 tracks, left and right with that sound. And then I'll do another stereo layer on top of that. And then I'll add another 2 tracks of Octave guitar on top of that. That creates that full spectrum. You know, that stereo effect that really plays well on headphones and on a car stereo. Now, with all that said, for this video, I'm going to be using my Paul Reed Smith Custom 24 through a Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier and a Marshall JCM800, as you see here. I'll be playing this through a vertical Mesa Boogie 212 rectifier cabinet using an Apogee mic. As always, all settings will be displayed on screen. Now, let's go ahead and get into this.
Everything is what I want it to be. I look exactly like what you had always wanted to see. When I pretend, forget about the criminal I am. Stealing second after second just cause I know I can. But I can't pretend this is the way it'll stay. I'm just trying to bend the truth. I can't pretend I'm who you want me to be. So I'm lying my way from you. No turning back now. I wanna be pushed aside, so let me go. No turning back criminal I am. Stealing second after second just cause I know I can. But I can't pretend this is the way it'll stay. I'm just trying to bend the truth. I can't pretend I'm who you want me to be, so I'm lying my way from you. No turning back now. I wanna be pushed aside, so let me go. No turning back now. Let me take back my life. I'd rather play all alone. No turning back now. Anywhere on my own, 'cause I can't stand. No turning back now. The very worst part of you is me. I remember. It's easier to run, replacing this pain with something new. It's so much easier to go and face all this pain. You're all alone. It's easier to run, replacing this pain with something new. It's so much easier to go and face all this pain. You're all alone. Just believe this is real. So let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got. I can't face the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. Time won't take this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. A little bit insecure. Turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got. I can't face the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. Time won't take this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. No, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right now, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right now. All that I got. I can't face the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. Time won't take this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. No, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right now, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right now. A little bit of loneliness, a little bit of disregard, handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. What I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got. I can't face the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. Time won't take this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. A little bit insecure, a little unconfident, 'cause you don't understand to do what I can, but sometimes I don't make sense. What you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got. I can't face the way I did before. Don't turn your more than I can take. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know I may end up failing too, but I know you were just like me, with someone disappointed in you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Being what you want me to be. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Being what you want me to be.
And there we have it, peoples. Tone matching Brad Delson's guitar sound unlocked. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if so, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button below to keep up with the rest of my tone matching series and the other videos that I post. That's about it for right now. I'm Mr. P, and I'll be seeing you soon.